It's called climate anxiety. In this moment, given all the threats we face, it is our young leaders who understand clearly the clock is not just ticking, it is banging.
Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to a Denver high school Friday warning of, quote, climate anxiety, claiming young people have endured the mental and emotional toll of this crisis. But could this have anything to do with the left's climate alarmism? Let's ask clinical psychologist Dr. Kevin Gilliland. Dr. Gilliland, it's great to see you this morning. First of all, appreciate you being here. Good morning. And let's pick up on a conversation that we had yesterday. I don't see the legitimacy in a concept entitled climate anxiety. Is this real?
You know, do you know why the conversation yesterday you didn't see legitimacy? Because there's not. Honestly, that's why you didn't see it.
Thank you.
And I guess she missed the hearings that Congress had, because I don't remember climate being the most pressing issue that's facing our young adults now. In fact, the Surgeon General, multiple reports will tell you it's isolation, it's social media. Don't you remember social media? No, climate and even researchers have said, hey, this is a new term. You can hear it. She sounds like she doesn't know what she's talking about. That's okay, because it's a new term and it's really muddy. Researchers say it's muddy, which means people define it differently. And it is not the most pressing concern. Is it a concern? Yeah, but not pressing.
You know, I want to ask you a question about this. You're a clinical psychologist, so I want to broaden this out for a moment before we come back to climate. You know, it's got that term, climate anxiety, it's got the window dressing of something formal, of something real, of something that you might find in the DSM. You know, and I find this a trend that we take every single problem in society and turn it into something that belongs in the DSM as a medical condition, and therefore finds itself eligible for therapy and perhaps even more extreme medicine. When the real answer for most problems is just get your S together. Get it together, man. You don't have climate anxiety.
Okay, now you're starting to get me worked up.
Okay.
Yes, you are spot on.
Thank you.
We do it with anxiety. We do it with addictions. I have a shopping addiction. I have a work. No. You've now ruined a term. You may have anxiety, and you may have it around a subject. And there are some people that have anxiety about weather. However, it tends to be about tragic weather events like tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. That's kind of appropriate. But overall climate, no, that is not appropriate. And when we do wrap it in the language or the manual that healthcare providers use, you give this false legitimacy to it. Now, is it an issue? Yes, it's an issue. Was COVID an issue? Yes, it was an issue. Was it an issue like it was portrayed by politicians? No, it was not, because they're talking about medical issues. They're not physicians. I don't know that a single politician I've heard is an environmental scientist or a climatologist. I think that's a word. Yes. No, that's not it.
So just to be clear at the end of this interview, I want to make sure I got it right. So politicians create this generalized anxiety, feed you a level of fear, prescribe for you a solution in terms of their electability, maybe even some medicine to go along with it, and we reap the benefits of voting for them at the voting booth. That's our medical diagnosis of America's generalized climate anxiety. Thank you, Mrs. Vice President.
I think you're kind of spot on.
Dr. Kevin Gilliland, what a great conversation at 6:20 Eastern Time on a Sunday morning on Father's Day. Thank you.